So welcome back everybody to another session of electrolysis. Today we are continuing with the same topic, and today we'll start with electrolysis of some of the compounds like sodium chloride and lead bromide. It's there in our syllabus, so please do pay attention on this. Okay, it's a very important topic. If you'll understand the basics here, then you will do great in the examinations. Okay, because there's a lot more substance in the book before this topic. That is, we have the table which is there, the whole reactivity table, that is the electrochemical series is there, right? And then there are very preferential and selective discharge of ions, and after that we are told these reactions. But in this session I'm just telling you before so that your basics are clear, and then we'll move on to the higher level things. Okay, so you'll find some difficulties in the further slides, that is in electrolysis of acidified water. That's not a difficulty, but yes, there's an exception, and that you'll understand in the further videos, because in that I'll be telling you about the electrochemical series, and then you'll just your doubts will be cleared. So let's now start with our today's topic, that is electrolysis of molten NaCl. So what is molten? Molten, first of all, you have to understand in this, there is no water involved in this. Okay, there is no water. There is no water, because everybody thinks that if there is a इलेक्ट्रोलिटिक सेल देन फॉर श्योर वाटर इज देयर. वाटर तो होगा ही भैया. और अगर उसमें हम लोगों को दिया गया NaCl, तो भाड़ में जाए ये मोल्टेन वाला वर्ड, और इसमें हम बना देंगे Na प्लस NCl माइनस. ये ऐसा जीरो देंगे टीचर, but you don't have to do this. Okay, because we all are literate, we all know how to read words, so read it first. What is written there? It's written molten. So okay, so please pay attention, because I have lost my marks in this. So molten. So molten NaCl and lead bromide. Let's first talk about NaCl in this slide. So first of all, we have to just write about some steps. It's there in your syllabus, it's there in the ICSE pattern of answering. Okay, and you have to answer in the same pattern. First of all, you have to mention the electrolyte which you are using, then you have to mention the electrode which you are the electrode which are there, how of what substance is the electrode made up of, then the reaction at cathode and the reaction at anode, and here the whole electrolysis of a certain compound like NaCl ends. Okay, you have to please mention these informations. Okay, now let's start. So first of all, let's first take a look at this vessel. Now what are we trying to do here? Here we are having an electrochemical vessel, electrolytic cell. Okay, and we are having a candle or anything, any source of combustion through which we can supply heat energy through it. Okay, and then what's happening here? We have two electrodes. Okay, now this is the electrode number 1, this is electrode number 2. Okay, now see, this one is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, so this must be what? Anode. We are doing a revision, and this is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, and here is a bulb. Okay, this is a bulb. Okay, and here we have the battery is mentioned like this. Okay, so I hope that this thing is clear to everybody. One more feature which you all if you all will show, there will be a nice impression on the teacher, that is this is what, this is a switch. Okay, how to draw this? Just make the series like this, and then make a switch like this. Okay, and then when you close the switch, just make an arrow which I've drawn here, right? So that to show that the switch is closed when the reaction is happening. See, ICSE examiners, search for common mistakes and then they will cut marks. Okay, so don't leave this switch open like this. You will show that I am very smart, I've made a switch, but that is not smartness, because when you have not closed this switch, how on earth can this reaction take place, isn't it? So that's the point of this. Let's start with it. So what will happen? We have taken molten NaCl. So I've told you all that when we heat NaCl, what happens on heating? This bond between them starts to break down. Okay, and then they decompose into Na plus and Cl minus, and that's what inside this. Okay, is it clear everybody? Yes. So this is what this is, molten NaCl. I'm drawing it with blue. Don't think that there's water inside. Okay, everything blue is not water. So let's see the first step. In the first step, as I've already told you, we have to mention the electrolyte used. So which electrolyte we have used? We have used NaCl, which is in molten. Please do not forget to mention this molten in brackets. Don't write aqueous or anything else, or don't just leave it by writing NaCl. Please mention the state. Okay. Then the electrode. What is the electrode? Electrode is the two rods which are there, cathode and the anode. Yes. So what are the two electrodes which you have used? You have used a carbon or a platinum electrode. Okay, these two are commonly used. You can write both of them. Okay, both of them will show the same thing. So carbon, let's take an example of carbon rods. What type of carbon rods are available in the market? Graphite rods, isn't it? So graphite we can use in the place of carbon, that is carbon only, and platinum. Okay, platinum is very expensive, that's why we poor people use what? Carbon. Okay, let's see the reaction at cathode and anode. Now everybody knows what is cathode and what is anode. Tell me, what is the charge on cathode and what is the charge on anode? I told you your anode is connected to the positive terminal, so it will be positively charged. Cathode is what? Oh my god, that's a bad habit. I'm writing cat at chat. That is what the modern Gurukul made us do. That is negatively charged. Okay, is it clear? Up till now it's clear. So now if we take NaCl, Na plus Cl minus, let's see what will happen. Now reaction at cathode, let's see. Cathode is what? Negative. So negative attracts positive, isn't it? So the Na plus will get attracted to this negative. Okay, so Na plus has gone to the cathode, and anode, what will happen? This is negative, it will be attracted to the positive, that is the anode. Okay, is it clear? This much is clear. Now let's see what is the reaction happening. What is the adan pradan of ions happening? What is the adan pradan of electrons happening? Let's see that. So now in the place of sodium, I have told you one point, a very important point in the previous video. If you have not watched the previous video, go and watch it just now. That at the electrodes, what will happen? Tell me. I've told you one keyword. What will happen? Tell me, my students. Discharging will happen, isn't it? Repeat after me. At electrode, what will happen? Yes, so it's very important. So it is having a positive charge, discharging will happen. That means this charge, the charge will be removed. It will be uncharged now, discharge battery. So now tell me, what will it do? Na plus, it's having a excess of positive charge, yes or no? So to just replicate the positive charge, we have an minus charge, that we add an electron to it, and then we get a neutral sodium atom or molecule. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear how we have got this Na plus? Na, it's not plus, it's not minus. Okay, how, why we have added one electron? It is clear now, the basics. Tell me fast, guys. That's not good. Okay, let's take the example of chloride now. Reaction at anode. What happens in chloride? Anode is what? Positively charged. Okay, so positive attracts negative. Chloride, okay, it gets attracted, it's positive. It will do what? It will take away electrons. Okay, it will take away electrons, it will turn into a neutral chloride ion. Okay, neutral chloride atom. So just keep this in mind. What will happen in this? An excess of what is there? An excess of -1 charge is there, excess of one negative charge is there. Yes, to replicate that, we just take off this, we just subtract the negative charge, we just subtract the electron, and then we'll get this. Now you all know that chloride cannot be in this form in free state. It is not found. Okay, so it will quickly do what? It will find its neighbors, it will find its twins. Okay, so it will just bond between bond with its twins. Okay, and it will become what? Cl2, that is a gas, and that is green in color. Please keep this in mind. What is the color of this gas? This gas is having a
Yellowish green color.
yellowish green or green color. Okay, now see, where is this gas evolved? We all know anode. Okay, we are talking about anode just now, and here sodium. Now this is clear to everybody. I hope it's clear. Yes, we are now moving on to the next compound, that is lead bromide. Okay, the thing which I've done is, on in the place of NaCl I've written lead bromide. Rest everything is the same. Okay, reaction at cathode, reaction at anode, everything is the same. Everything, the electrolytic cell also have not redrawn it. Okay, so what will we do? We'll just take Pb plus 2. It's having what? It's having an excess of plus 2, isn't it? I thought it's an highlighter. So what is this? This is an excess of plus 2. Okay, excess of plus 2 will do what? It wants to get rid of this plus 2. It will add some negative charge to make it neutral, to make the equation equational, to make it equal. Okay, so what will it become? It will become Pb. Okay, reaction at anode, what will happen? Positive, anode is positive, it will attract the negative. But negative is what? Bromide is negative. It's a halide, everybody knows. So bromide will do what? It's a halogen, na? So it is having a -1 charge. So it will just gain 1 electron, and it will become a neutral bromide atom, and it will be released. It will be released where? Everybody knows this. Where will it be released? It will be released at the anode. Okay, at the anode only. Now let's talk about some more features. See, now this can neither like chlorine, it can also not exist in independent state, that is isolated. Okay, so it also wants to just combine. So it also combines with its twin brother, and it forms Br2, and it will be released as a reddish brown gas where at the anode. Okay, let's talk about the cathode. Cathode, what is happening? Lead is actually blue in color. It's actually blue in color. Okay, so what will happen at the cathode? This blue colored lead will get deposit. Okay, now when you will see the reaction from outside, what is happening? The electrodes which are there, the two electrodes which are there, the anode and the cathode, what's happening? At one corner, this brownish gas is coming out, and at one corner, what is happening? This blue colored precipitate is getting deposited. Okay, this blue color, see, can you see? So when you will see it from outside, what is happening? The cathode is becoming thicker and thicker. Understanding? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is getting here, and this is getting there. That's the thing we are talking about. So that was all about this lead bromide. Let's move on to the next slide. That is electrolysis of this. Also, we have done. Okay. We have done this now. So one thing which I forgot to tell everybody of you is this. Please pay attention, guys. We are now talking about a very serious thing, that is oxidation and reduction. How can I forget to tell you all this? Oxidation, reduction, everybody knows the old-fashioned definition, old school definition. What was it? When the oxygen is being added up or hydrogen is being subtracted, then what we are getting? Oxidation is happening. Reduction, what happens? When oxygen is getting subtracted and hydrogen is getting added, or reduction is happening, right or not? The same thing which we learned in our previous classes, right? But now a new definition is, we are evolved, guys. We have a new definition now. Oxidation is what? It is the gain of loss of electrons. Tell me, it is the gain or reduction?
Loss of electrons.
Loss of electron.
Yeah, it is loss of electron. And here in reduction, what is happening?
Gain of electron.
Gain of electron. Okay, a small baby is there. Okay, so the writing is not so good. Gain of electron. Okay, now I will tell you one thing. Now tell me, where does the loss of electron occurs? The negatively charged one, the negatively charged in NaCl. Let's take, what is the negative charged ion? Tell me, Na or Cl?
Cl.
Cl. Now Cl will go where it is negative. It will go to the positive one. What is positive one? That's the anode.
Anode.
So at anode, what will happen?
Reduction.
Loss
Oxidation.
Oh,
of,
sorry, oxidation.
yeah, loss of electron is happening. Cl is losing an electron at the anode, isn't it? It's losing an electron at the anode. So at anode, what is happening? Oxidation is happening, and at the cathode, reduction is happening. So to
Reduction.
remember this, I've already told my previous earlier students, the old ones, this short form, that is red cat. Okay, a red cat is there and an ox. One ox is there. Ox, everybody knows. Okay, so reduction at cathode, oxidation at anode. OX means oxidation, AN means anode. Is it helpful? Is it helpful? Yes. Will you all remember it? So
Yes.
now with your eyes closed, you can just write without doing any further calculation. You can just write in the answers. The question is asked, okay, that where is reduction happening? So you just know that red cat means reduction is happening at the cathode. So at the cathode, oxidation is happening at the anode. Done. Let's move on. This is the last topic for today. That is electrolysis of acidified water. Very important. So now we do electrolysis of acidified water. Now we'll do that. Okay. So what is acidified water? That's a new term to you, right? It means water is there as usual. We have acidified it. What does acidifying means? Acidifying means we have added some acid inside it. Okay. So in a very small quantity, that doesn't mean the whole water is now acid. It's not an acid, it's a dilute acid now. Okay, because the amount of acid is less inside it. Okay, so what do? We'll just take this. Oh my god, just give me a minute. Yeah, so electrolysis of acidified water, let's see. Where's the bloody razor gone? Okay, so see what's happening. We'll add H2SO4, which is dilute, inside the water. We'll not add HCl or HNO3, that is hydrochloric acids or nitric acid, in dilute form. Why will we not add? Because they are what? They are volatile. That's your full and final answer, because they are volatile. Okay, they will go inside and they will try to just move around. They're volatile, they want to just move out of this water. Okay, and then they will do what? They will react with water. Okay, they will end up in reacting with water. That's not good now. So let's see what will happen when we take water. Water is actually what? H plus and OH minus. Yes or no?
Yes.
When we'll add H2SO4 inside water, it will also ionize. So it will ionize in H plus and SO4. Yes or no? SO4 2 minus and H plus. We all know the valencies. Okay. Now let's see the reaction at cathode and anode. Okay. So the reaction at cathode, what will we do? At cathode, what will happen? At the cathode is what? Negatively charged. Okay, negative. So what will come towards cathode? The positive things will be attracted now towards cathode. So this is the cathode and this is the anode. So we have which things inside it? Inside this vessel we are having this H. So this H is positive, it will migrate towards the cathode. Okay, because it's negative. Cathode is negative, positive will be attracted. Okay. Next, what will happen? Discharging will happen. How will it get discharged? It is having an excess H plus, yes or no? So it will just give away. It will just give away an electron. You have to just write H plus. Okay. Plus E. It will take one electron to get H. That is neutral. Okay. Is it clear? So that is what happening in this. I hope that it's clear. I don't need to justify it now. Everybody is knowing that, right? So next, hydrogen can also not stay in the free form like this. It will also combine with hydrogen and it will form H2. That is hydrogen gas, and it will be evolved. Where it will be evolved? Where will it be released? It will be released at the cathode. Understood? This reaction at cathode is understood. Let's talk about the reaction at anode now. Everybody tell me fast, understood or not? I want a
Yes,
reply.
understood.
Okay. Now we all know that OH is also minus. OH is also minus, and SO4 is also minus 2. Yes, we all know this. So what we do? What will they do? They will just, they are minus, then they will go to the positive one. So these OH minus and SO4 2 minus will go towards the positive. Okay, go towards the positive. So I've not drawn it properly. Positive is here. They will go towards the positive. Understood? So positive is what? Anode. So at anode, what will happen? The OH and the SO4 will come. Now there is a competition. It can only discharge one between them. Either it will discharge OH minus or SO4 minus 2. Now tell me which one will get discharged. So here the use of electrochemical series will come into play. Okay, and that is the suspense for just now. We'll be discussing it in the next class. Okay, so stay tuned. Click the bell icon if you haven't, and subscribe. Now, so what will happen here? They will compete, and after all, who will win? Who will win? OH minus will win.
OH
Okay,
minus.
and SO4 will lose. So SO4 will not do any reaction at the anode. Okay, only OH minus will do. So OH minus has one. Why it has one? We'll talk about it in the next class. Now let's see what will it do. It is having a charge of -1. That means one extra. When one excess electron, yes, to get rid of this, they will just take away this electron. Minus marking to you. So what will they do? First of all, OH will be there. It will just react how much? It will just do what? It will just take one electron. Now this OH will also can also not stay like this forever. It also wants one companion. So it again combines with its own twin brother and becomes what? It becomes water. Yes or no? And one O has been utilized in water, one H has been utilized, and one H to get H2O. Yes. Can you see this poor little isolated, lonely oxygen here? What will it do? It will combine with one more oxygen and it will form O2. Understood? And this will be released. Understood? Is this clear to everybody? Now see, there is a very important tip here. I'll just tell you what's happening. So see, to get 2 molecules of oxygen, okay, we are wanting how many hydrogens? We are actually taking, if we balance the whole equation, we are actually having 4 OH to get this O2. So can you imagine the ratio of OH is much more than the ratio of O2. Understood? And that's the thing, it is reflecting in this test tube which is there. Okay, now let's see what is it reflecting here. Let's zoom into this. You can all can see what's there. There is this water is rising in the test tube. Okay, it's rising. Nothing new. In this also it's rising. Okay, there is something new. Can you see the level? Can you see the level? The level is different in both of them. Why is it different? In this, hydrogen is there. Yes or no? And in this, what is there? In this, oxygen is being evolved. Understood? So we have just now seen that to make one molecule of oxygen, we are wanting how many hydrogens? We are wanting 4 hydrogens, isn't it? Yes or no? So that's why there's a huge amount of H here, and there's a very small amount of O2 here. Is it understood? Is it clear? Small concepts, very important. Understood? Guys, tell
Yes,
me fast.
understood.
Yes,
Yes.
very good. So this is what this process is all about. Please do pay attention on this. Try to just read it from the book if you can. In the next session, we'll be talking about the electrochemical series, the theory of the great scientist Arrhenius, the characteristics of electrolysis, okay? And then we'll be doing some more experiments in the further video. So for that, you can just practice this one, the things we have taught in this video. Please stay tuned for the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel to appreciate my work. Thank you, guys.